Good morning, everybody, and today this video is going to be a quick walkthrough. Well, I say quick, it's probably going to be about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. A quick walkthrough of Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go deck by deck and show you guys what all the common areas are. I can't get into like the pinnacle or any of those, like the special areas, but I can show you all the common areas that everybody has access to. And so I'm going to go ahead and start that, but first off, I just want to say welcome to my channel if you're watching me for the first time. I appreciate it. I go on lots of cruises. I do a room tour, a day-by-day vlog, and a ship tour. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when I go on my next cruise and post the videos. But without further ado, let's get started on this tour. So at the very top of the ship, I'm going to go top to bottom. At the very top, deck 18, is the entrance to these water slides right here. Well, the only way to get to deck 18 is through those stairs on deck 15. You got to climb those stairs and you go up to deck 18. And that's all that's on deck 18. The two roller coasters, or the two slides, are the Perfect Storm and the Supercell. And here you are, you can see them right here. Now deck 17 is one of those special decks. It's the Suite Sun deck and the after deck bar. This is where like the Pinnacle, those classes can go. It's a reserve deck. Star, Sky, and Pinnacle, and you have to have a key card to get into it, which I do not. And so that is deck 18, and deck 17 is the reserve deck. So now let's start at deck 16 for the official start of my walkthrough. Starting at the front of the ship on deck 16 is the Solarium Bar. This is an adults only area. It actually is 2 levels, but deck 16 is where the bar is. So right there's the stairs to get up to deck 18. Here's a closer look at them. And they are on deck 15. Here is the other tube slide. Now you can rent these cabanas. They are cheaper on port days. They have a few of them on the ship. So deck 16, we have a whirlpool on each side. And we have a lime and coconut bar. One on each side. And this is the same bar that is on deck 15. Great spot to overlook the splash pad if you have kids or family there. In case you're wondering, we are in Nassau today while I do this tour. And here we go, we got the Windjammer on deck 15. This is the buffet. So inside the Windjammer, they also have Coca-Cola machines if you have a drink package. And at the very back of the ship, it's considered deck 16 too. And this is where the flow riders are. The zip line, the wipeout bar, and sports desk. So here we got the flow riders. There is 2 of them on this ship. Here is the Abyss, which is the giant tube slides. We got the wipeout bar. We have another flow rider. And here is the zip line where you start. This is all deck 16 at the back of the ship. And now let's make our way down to deck 15. So deck 15, about tripped, has the sports court. They do pickleball here, they do basketball here, they do soccer shootouts here. And we are at the back of the ship. And at the back of deck 15, on the other side, opposite of the basketball courts, is the mini golf. Ocean dunes. Looks like an intense course. They do mini golf tournaments here. We have Portside Barbecue, which is a new restaurant when they get amped. Let's see if I can get in here. Oh, nope. Looks like they're having a meeting, so. So that's Portside Barbecue. Then we have, right here is Social 298, which I believe this is a kids ages 13 to 17. So this is their club, which I can't get in, which is fine, but it's here at the back of the ship. And then we have El Loco Fresh, which is a little restaurant. And there is a Coke machine, but it's out of order right now. You can get breakfast here as well in the mornings. Deck 15 also has the Challengers Video Arcade. And across from the video arcade, you have Unboxed, which if you need toiletries, medicine, Dramamine, Alka-Seltzer, sunscreen, they have like a vending machine type thing. You can even get baseball cards here. Okay. They have a ping pong table on each side. If ping pong's your thing. Deck 15 is the pool deck. So it has, here's a baby splash pad, baby splash zone. And then you got the splash zone. And you also have the lime and coconut bar. And if you want to check out Central Park, you can take a gander down there. And right here is where they do the sail away party on deck 15. Then on the other side from the splash pad, they have a whirlpool. And they have the sports pool. Lots of seating here if you want a suntan, lay out in the sun. And they have the lime and coconut bar on the other side as well, if drinking's your thing. Then we have another whirlpool and the main pool. And then on the other side, so Central Park divides the whole deck 15. It's open so you can look down and check it out. Here is where the party was, the sail away party was again. You have your towel station over here with another little whirlpool. And this is the beach pool. And here's where one of the water slides comes out. And you have another whirlpool. And that's closed. So plenty of whirlpools if you're looking to get into them between deck 16 and deck 15. So these are the stairs to go all the way to deck 18 to ride the water slide. And then here is the perfect storm landing, or this one is the supercell landing on this side. And what do you know, another whirlpool. These ones are big. And they overhang the ship. And here we go to the solarium. This is the adults area only. So in here you have a solarium bistro. You have some adults only whirlpools back here. You have an outdoor sun deck if you want to go out there. This is considered the solarium pool. It's only 3 feet deep though. Outside is considered the sun garden. And you have another whirlpool here. And this concludes deck 15. And once again, we are at the front of the ship. The adults area adults only area. So let's make our way down to 14. So at the front of deck 14 is Adventure Ocean, and this is where all the kids go. These are where their kids clubs are. They got to hang out at the workshop, the Ocean Theater, the junior, the babies, and the play area. And this is deck 14 at the front of the ship. I am not going to go in there since I don't have kids, but just letting you guys know. So we're going to go to the middle of deck 14 to find the escape room. All right, here we are midship, deck 14, and this is the Royal Escape Room. Hello. And that is everything on deck 14. So, deck 12 has a loyalty ambassador desk. Let's go check it out. Most ships do not have a deck 13, so it skips from deck 14 to deck 12. Just in case you're curious. So here we are, deck 12 midship, and it says loyalty desk. Let's see where it is. There it was. I don't have any reason to talk to him, so I didn't want to pop my head in there and interrupt him. But the rest of deck 12 is staterooms. So we are going to go down to deck 11. Let's go. All right, here we are midship deck 11, and there is a card room. They have some games here. Chess, Ticket to Ride, Sorry, Scrabble, cards obviously, dominoes. And you can overlook the boardwalk. And this is deck 11, midship. Right below the loyalty ambassador desk. So the next deck we're gonna head to is going to be deck 9. So the music hall is a 2-level bar. Upstairs we got the pool table, some TVs, and a bar. And this is everything on deck 9. So let's go ahead and go down to deck 8. And I will start at the music hall down below. Here we are on deck 8, midship, and going into the music hall. Now we're going to work our way towards the front. So deck 8 has one of my favorite spots on the ship, Central Park. This also happens to be where a lot of the specialty dining is. You have Chops, which is their steakhouse. You have 150 Central Park. You have the Rising Tides Bar, which once it opens, it goes up and down every 30 minutes. You have the Trellis Bar. You also have Giovanni's Table and Park Cafe, located here in Central Park. This is the Trellis Bar. Lots of cool places to sit here and hide away. So Giovanni's Table is the Italian restaurant. And then Park Cafe is an a la carte restaurant. Got the Central Park Library. And then right past the Central Park Library, you have shopping. Omega, John Hardy, Trend.
Yeah, that's why I know this is out. Good morning.
So opposite of the shopping is Vintages, which is their wine bar. And that concludes Deck A. Now we are going to make our way down to Deck 6. All right, here we are on Deck 6. We are at the front of the ship, the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. In here, if you have a drink package or not, you can get smoothies at the Vitality Cafe. They also have nails, a nail salon, haircut. They do health and wellness seminars. And this is the front of the ship. So now the tour is going to get probably a little bit choppy because you have to go down to go back up, to go over, etc., etc. So we have to go down to Deck 5 to get to the rest of Deck 6. This is Deck 5, but I'm going to come back to it. I'm just walking across it to get to the other side of Deck 6. So the front of Deck 6 is at the front of the ship is the Vitality Cafe. But then at the midship is when they pick up with the schooner bar. Okay, picking it back up on Deck 6. Here is the picture of this portrait studio. You can pay to get portraits done. They'll have photographers stationed throughout the ship every night. And at the ports, get your pictures done. This is where you come up to get your pictures, to buy them. And they sell GoPros here if you forgot yours at home and you wanted to record snorkeling or going out, at the ports. Next to picture this is the shore excursions if you want to book a shore excursion. Across from the photo gallery, we're looking at Next Cruise, which you can book here and get some onboard credit. They have some discounts. And then here's the schooner bar. This is Deck 6. This is where they do piano. Sometimes they play the piano here, so it's kind of a piano bar too. And this is midship. And now as we make our way to the back, we are going to go on the boardwalk. Besides Central Park, I think this is one of the coolest areas. And this is the back of the ship. So here we got the boardwalk. The boardwalk doghouse. You can get hot dogs here. At night, they got a couple games out here. They have the carousel. That's a lot of fun. I've rode that before on another ship. No age limit. They got the candy store. They have a beach shop, so you can buy souvenirs. They have Playmakers, which is a sports bar. This place is pretty cool. Lots of TVs if you want to watch the game. If you've been on Allure of the Seas, this Playmakers replaced the tequila bar. You have Johnny Rockets, which you can get milkshakes from there if you have a drink package. And you have Ultimate Abyss landing area. So you get on the slides on deck 16 and you ride them all the way down to deck 8, or deck 6, I mean. And at the very back of the theater, you have the at the very back of the ship, you have the Aqua Theater. This is where they do the dive show. And they play, last time I was on one of these ships, they played like the sports at night. If there was a game on, they played the game on those TVs. So to go to the Aqua Theater, I would suggest making a reservation. They do open standby, I think 10 minutes before the show starts. But to watch the show and get a good seat, I would make a reservation. But I skipped deck 7 because the only thing on deck 7 is a climbing wall. And to get to the climbing wall, you have to go down to deck 6 and then go back to the Aqua Theater and then go up the stairs to get to the climbing wall. And you can also stand up here to watch the dive show. So this concludes deck 6, and we are at the back of the ship. All right, here we are on deck 5. And if you're a runner, deck 5 is where the jogging track is. It goes around the outside of the ship, obviously. It's also a good spot to go up near the front or wherever it is, the back. It's a good spot to look for pier runners. All right, here we are on deck 5 at the main dining room. We are at the back of the ship. This is the complimentary dining room. The other ones, like the Chop House, or the Steakhouse, Italian's place, you have to pay for those. Main dining room's free. And making our way towards the front, the Royal Promenade is deck 5. This is where all the magic happens at night. You have the Bionic bar here, which I've never seen. You have the watch shop. Guest services. You have the Rising Tides bar. The Cafe Promenade to get your coffee and pastries. A fine jewelry store. The Collection looks like it's purses. The Royal Promenade is where a lot of the shopping is. You got the Island Market. That globe right there will split open and a catwalk will come out, and that's where they'll do the shows, or the host will come out at.
Remember you didn't believe me that that's where it came out?
I didn't believe Rose last time you were here. We got Sorrento's, which is the pizza place. This is open late at night. When the bar's closed, the line will get long here. You have the Globe and Atlas pub. This is one of my favorite bars. Royal Port Merchants. Royal Port Merchants. This is a liquor store. Liquor and cigarettes, the duty free. At night, they opened up these shops right here, these tables, and they sell stuff. Here's the Royal Caribbean shop. You want souvenirs? Solera beauty shop. Boleros, which is a Cuban themed. The drinks are Cuban themed. We have an actual Starbucks on ship. So your drink package will not work with Starbucks. But you can go to the Cafe Promenade and get your lattes and macchiatos and stuff like that. And we have the Spotlight Karaoke Bar. This is where they do karaoke. They do like a family one early evening, and then they have the adult one late evening. It's a fun bar. And then at the very front of the theater, or the very front of Deck 5, is the theater. So the gym is also on Deck 5. However, you have to go through the Vitality Spa to get to it. But other than that, that concludes Deck 5. So let's go down to Deck 4. All right, starting on Deck 4, at the front of the ship is the Royal Theater. So now as we make our way, this is the entertainment place, they call it. We got the Casino Royale. This is the non-smoking casino. This is the smaller of the two. The tables they have in here are roulette and blackjack. And they got the machines. Across from the Casino Royale, non-smoking, they have Blaze, which is a bar. And that one is closed at the moment as well. And they have the Crown Lounge. This is one of those places I can't get into. This is for their top level star pinnacle people. And you got Studio B, which this is where they do the ice skating. This is where they will do the adult scavenger hunt. They do ice skating shows here. They'll turn into a dance club at night. So it's kind of a flex space. But this is where the ice skating rink is, if you're curious. And as we go, we have the art gallery. What's the art place? 5 West or Park West? So the art gallery is Park West. If you've been on a cruise ship before, Park West is on all the cruise ships. They'll do the art galleries, they'll do the art auctions, art scavenger hunt. And deck 4, the big thing on this deck is the casino. This one is the smoking casino. Right now, nobody's gonna be playing because we are at port. If you never cruised before, the casinos are only open when the ship is in international waters. Once we go into port, none of the machines work. They turn them off. This is probably one of the biggest casinos I've seen though on any ship. If you have a game, they have it here. Blackjack, poker, Texas Hold'em, roulette, craps. They have it all. And that was just half of it. It is a big casino. Now at the back of the ship, we have izumi, hibachi, and sushi. Hello. So basically one side is hibachi, one side is sushi. It fills up quick if you're interested in it. It's pretty good. I actually did it last cruise I was on. And here we go, the main dining room. Once again, this is the back of the ship. On deck 4. The main dining room is on deck 4 and deck 5. And it actually goes down to deck 3 as well. So the main dining room is huge. And they have the Opus bar here. Nope, never mind. And that concludes deck 4. And we are gonna make our way down to deck 3. And that concludes deck 4. So now let's make our way down to deck 3. So here we are on deck 3 at the back of the ship. And this is the main dining room again. And when you leave the ship, this is where the gangway is on deck 3. Slight incline. So there's also the Opus bar in there, but it looks like they're working, so I'm not gonna bother them. So on deck 3, we did the main dining room, and then midship are the conference rooms. They have 4 of them in case you're curious, but they are on deck 3. So deck 2, the only thing down there is gonna be the medical center. So I am not gonna go down to deck 2. That concludes my tour of the ship. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully when you're coming on the ship, you guys have an idea of where everything is now. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. But if you made it this far, hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you guys on a future cruise. Bye.